So last week we were talking about how to use your camera and what to do with it. And I just want to take a step back this week and remind you that this, at the moment, is just a very expensive box. And what do we need to do with it now? So at the moment, this is just a box. There's nothing too exciting about it. It has the potential to record video, record photos, use different lenses and everything like that. But at the moment, we don't have a lens, we don't have a memory card, we don't have a battery. So let's have a look at what we do with those. So let's start off with the battery. In here, I have got two different batteries. What I do is I will put a sticker on the end of it so that I know if it's in my battery holder with the sticker up, I know that that means that it is ready to use. The other one with the sticker down has been used and needs charging. So let's get our battery out. And then in our cameras, this is the Nikon Z5, and in here at the bottom we have a little flap that opens up, and then you put your battery straight in there, clicks into place, close it back up, and that is now there. So we can turn our camera on and we can see that it's working, that there is a battery in there. We've got some battery life on that battery and it's kind of ready to go. At the moment we don't have a lens though, so let's have a look at that next. So this is the 24 to 50mm f4 to 6.3 lens that I got with my Z5, and you can see that when you zoom in with it, it extends. When you zoom back out, it goes back in. You need it part of the way out in order to be able to use it, and then from there you've got 24 to 50 on there with a slight change. That part doesn't matter. What does matter is the other side of it. So on here we have, let me open that up, we have a Nikon Z mount, and that means it's compatible with my Nikon Z mount camera. Let's take the lens cap off of there. In there we can see our sensor. We want to keep these areas nice and clean, dust free, so don't do this somewhere where you're likely to get dust or water or anything like that in there. Then all you do is line up the white dot on the lens with the white dot on the camera, put them together and then twist it so that the white dot is now in the center. And what that means is that lens is now securely attached to the camera and isn't going to come off. So no matter how much you pull it, twist it or anything like that, it won't come off. At the side here we have a lens release button, and what that will do is if you press and hold that, you can then turn the lens and remove it. You don't need to be pressing it to put the lens on, and then that lens is again back in place now. So we have our battery, so we've got some power. We've got our lens, so we can actually see something through the camera. So if I look through here now, we can see that, there we go, we can see something through there. But what have we forgotten? We have forgotten our memory card. So a memory card is where you will save your photos to. Think about it like you had film previously. Now with digital cameras you need to store those images digitally. Now this camera takes a SD card, and those are readily available from lots of different places. You need to make sure that it's quick enough that it will be able to keep up with any burst modes that you've got on your camera. You need to make sure that the storage size is big enough for the amount of pictures that you want to take. And of course you need to make sure that it's the right kind of card for your camera. So for example, my Z5 takes two SD cards, my Z30 takes a single SD card, and my Z6 III takes a CF Express card and a SD card. So the thing that's in common is the SD card, so I can use the same ones in whichever of my cameras that I want to be taking out and using on a particular day. How does it go in? Again, we've got our box of the camera. This time we lift up the side here and open it out, and we can see in here that we've got 2 SD card slots. They're labelled 1 and 2. The card goes in one way but not the other, so gently push it in, you'll hear it click as it goes into place, and also there is a light that lights up on this side. To remove it, you press it and it pops out. So again, just pushing it in, you can see that light that lights up to tell you that card is in. You can then close that one up. If we turn our power on again now, we can see that we have space in here for 1200 pictures. So that's quite a lot. And that is what we want. We want a nice big SD card so that we've got plenty of pictures that we can take. We don't need to worry about running out of space. And now my camera's ready to go. I can go out and take pictures. I've got the lens on there, I've got the battery in there, I've got the SD card in there. So that means that it's ready to go. But I might want some other things. I might want to make my life a little bit easier. Like you saw earlier, I've got a second battery to make sure that if one runs out, I've got another one in order to keep going. That's more likely to run out than my SD card is. But another thing that I've got is this. This is an L bracket, and what this does, it just bolts onto your camera. So on the bottom of the camera there is a hole on there which is threaded for attachment of accessories like tripods, like L brackets, like anything like that, in order to make your camera more usable. So what I will do is I will use an Allen key to put this on, and now I can attach this to a tripod. So it can sit on a tripod that way, or it can sit on a tripod that way. And that means that it's easy for me to switch from landscape shots to portrait shots without having to kind of bend the tripod over or anything like that. You can just unhook it, change the camera around, and it's ready to go and a lot more stable. You will also see that on the edge of the camera I have these 2 red and black circles. Those are for attaching onto a strap so that I can wear the camera around my neck or over my shoulder if I want to, and that way it means that I can be hands-free. I don't need to be carrying it the whole time. And then this is the strap. This is how it attaches on. Just pop it in like that and like that, and then it's easy to go. It's nice and straightforward. You don't have to worry about untangling things or anything like that. It's a really easy system. This is from Peak Design, this particular one. So that's a nice straightforward look at the basics of cameras and how you attach lenses, how you add SD cards, how you add a battery. It's going to be different for each manufacturer, but certainly the Nikon Z range, they are very, very similar. You just need to make sure that you've got the right battery and the right memory card for that particular camera. So I hope you learned something this week and use that to get your camera set up and out and take some pictures. That's the most important thing. And that is exactly where I am going next. Have a great week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.